Hey, what is up, Wolfpack? It's me, Kyle here, and today we are going to be going over top alternatives to Call of Duty games. Because as you may know, Call of Duty kind of gets stale, especially when they try to change things up too much, or they're using their new matchmaking system, which is just terrible skill-based matchmaking, which makes the game absolutely cancer, so it's always good to have alternatives to play and actually enjoy. And these alternatives are besides the bigger, well-known alternatives, because of course there is Battlefield, the whole Battlefield franchise. I consider a relative alternative to Call of Duty, especially Battlefield 2042 just went free to play for PlayStation Plus users here in March. If you claim it now, you can keep it forever. And I believe Battlefield 5 at one point was free, and I think even Battlefield 1 at one point was free. But yeah, besides returning to older COD games or Battlefield games, we could turn into some of these alternatives, so let's go ahead and talk about them really quickly. So first up, this may be a little bit surprising to you guys, and you may have heard it or seen it because it went a little bit viral, and this game is called Frontlines. And this is going to sound crazy, but Frontlines is a game within Roblox. And at the time of making this video, it's relatively simplistic, with there being a very linear weapon unlock system, attachment unlock system, and a variety of maps and modes, but not too much else besides that, though there is a full creator class, though, I have to mention. The devs did recently discuss big plans to continue to support it and make new additions to it, though, as well. It's a very easy pick up and play type of game, and it is also within Roblox, so that means not only that it's free, but it's playable on mobile, Xbox, and PC, and not to mention it just looks awesome, especially for a Roblox game. Next up, we have a game I play from time to time, and that is called Enlisted. Enlisted is a free-to-play game on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. It's a more historically accurate World War II game where every player in the match will command a squad of soldiers, which they can switch between at any time. The game plays pretty well, and despite the fact that the battles are larger and maps are generally big, there is constant action and plenty of close-range gunfights going on. The game even lets you choose the team you'd like to play on and the battles you want to take part in, such as the invasion of Normandy, or all the way to the siege of Stalingrad, and everything in between. And you get to choose which faction you want to play on or have a preference for, and playing for that faction will actually level them up and unlock new squads, weaponry, and vehicles that are historically exclusive or known to that faction. It's a bit more arcadey and not really a milsim in terms of gameplay, so it makes it even more enjoyable and fast-paced in my opinion, though there are no killstreak rewards, but it is a good alternative to Call of Duty, I'd say. Next up is probably a bit more of a well-known one, but that is Warface. Warface is a free-to-play game on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox, and I assume most people are familiar with this one in general. This game is very much like Call of Duty in terms of maps and gameplay, but it does feature classes that are more in line with like the Battlefield franchise, where specific classes have specific abilities, such as being able to provide medkits, ammo bags, and more to your team, dependent on your class. It even has an on-the-fly attachment swap system. It has a multitude of game modes and maps, including larger player count modes. They even have a full co-op mode with varying difficulties, as well as Spec Ops missions. You can earn credits in the game to unlock new gear and weaponry, or you can just pay money, because of course it is a free-to-play game. I actually played a lot of Warface in the past couple years, in the downtime between some of the Call of Duty games. Next up, we have Shatterline. Shatterline is a free-to-play game only available on PC, at least currently. It's a hero shooter similar to Overwatch, however the gameplay, time to kill, and more mechanics are just more in line with something like Black Ops 4. Though I'd have to say the time to kill is probably a little bit faster than that. They have plenty of unique characters with unique abilities, plenty of game modes, and plenty of maps. The more you play, the more weapons you will unlock, of course, with there being 5 weapons in each category currently. It can be fun to play, especially with friends, and it plays very smoothly, and it also has multiple co-op modes, including an open world PvE co-op mode, which I actually checked out and it was pretty cool. I find the game to be fun, but it has a general focus on teamwork and competition. While there are characters with abilities and ultimate abilities, there are no kill streaks in the game, so the entire focus is generally on leveling up and playing the objective. But overall, I'd say the game is fun and it has a lot of potential. And the next game up on our list is called Iron Sight. Iron Sight is a free-to-play game currently only available on PC, unfortunately. It's very similar to Call of Duty, being that it's an arcadey type of shooter. It's generally fast-paced, smooth movement and gunplay, and even features score streaks, though they're called something else. These score streaks even feature two different types, the typical kind of offensive or assault streaks, and then also the support type of streaks. I should also note that streaks do not reset on death, and they slowly tick upwards, being earned simply by being alive in the match. But obviously you will earn them much faster by going on kill streaks. And people performing poorly in a match may not even earn any decent streaks, so it evens out if that does concern you. The game also features a wide variety of weaponry to unlock or purchase, because once again it is free to play, including cool camos to earn and attachments to unlock. I consider the game to be similar to Warface, but generally cleaner and a bit more fun. Second to last up on our list is Hell Let Loose. Hell Let Loose is about a $30 to $40 game depending on the time or deals that are going on, and it's exclusive to next-gen consoles and PC. I believe it was even once free in the PS Plus free games section also. It is a realistic milsim type of game set in World War II. Typically, at least on the PC version, cooperation in talking with your squad is very typical and recommended. Teamwork is generally needed, as each soldier will have their own role, such as reviving people, commanding the squad, and providing other resources and such to your team or squad. It's a large-scale war, battle type of game with a really fast time to kill to be realistic. It's a unique experience and a fun time, especially when playing with friends. You just may need to get used to the game overall to do so, though. It might be a little bit easier to get into on console to just hop in and play without worry for those concerned. It's sort of in the realm of Call of Duty, but it takes the realism to the extreme and mixes it with Battlefield a little bit. So, last up on our list, we have Insurgency Sandstorm. Insurgency Sandstorm is about a $30 game, and it's on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. It's like Call of Duty in terms of maps and such, but it focuses a little bit more on realism, with less of a HUD and a faster time to kill. So it's kind of like hardcore Call of Duty. So I could say it's realistic, but it's still arcadey and more casual, at least in terms of being able to pick up and play with ease. Some adjustments may be needed in order to play well, as you may need to play a bit more tactically. You can also create your own character and customize them, which is pretty cool. I find the game fun, and it makes for an immersive experience that doesn't really require as much teamwork and cooperation, and is similar to Call of Duty in that regard as well. It even features a co-op mode against AI, though still generally a bit more difficult with realistic times to kill, so those will actually require more teamwork. Overall, I'd say it's a pretty good game though, and it can be pretty enjoyable. But overall, guys, this was a look at several games that I consider to be alternatives to Call of Duty here in the modern day. They're all pretty good games, and I'd say they deserve more recognition. If you know any other games that might match this list, be sure to drop them down in the comments down below. If you enjoy any of the games on this list, or have thoughts about them, drop them in the comments as well. But thank you all for tuning in, and I'd really appreciate it if you consider smashing that like button and subscribing to help us grow as a channel. But thank you all for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.